deploy their fibre. So without further ado, let's start off with Coppens and his presentation on the experience in Burundi. Do you have a presentation?
Good afternoon. As you can see, my name is Coppens NDAYIRAGIJE. I'm from the Republic of Burundi. Republic of Burundi is in East African community. The East African community, we are having 5 country members: Burundi, Rwanda, Tanzania, Uganda, and Kenya. I want just to locate where I'm from. And I am here to present to you Burundi Internet Exchange Point. But I am working in CETIC, which is an ICT implementation agency in Burundi. We are deploying the fiber optic in Burundi, which is in 3 phases. And I believe through this presentation, you are going to get everything in regards with this. And I believe also my presentation is very special because the previous panelists were talking about existing things, existing internet exchange points and so on. They were talking about past, present, and future. But for me, in regard with the internet exchange points, I will be talking about the future. But it is no longer a dream. Today is a vision, because we trust that next November we will be having the association which will be in charge of managing the IXP in Burundi. About presentation outline, I am going to talk about the context of IXP and the role of IXP in poverty reduction. I will be talking also the general picture of Burundi Information Society and the key role played by, for point 4 and 5, played by the internet exchange points, and the conclusion. Then the context, the IXP project is about the implementation, is about to be implemented thanks to the partnership between the government of Burundi, African Union, and ISOC. And I believe in this audience, since the first day, they have been talking about definition, and I believe also I am not the right person to explain, to give the definition, but let us exchange also about the benefits of IXP, the cost of optimization, latency, bandwidth optimization, security, and briefly the poverty reduction. I want to show you that in case the IXP in Burundi is implemented successfully, we believe that the one who are not able to go to internet and suffer, the cost is going to come down, and they will be able to use internet services. I mean, the one who do not have means, and the one, it will be accessible to everyone. Then this is how we see in Burundi the Burundian Information Society. If you check the vertical dimensions, we are having Vision 2025. We have National Policy for ICT Development. We have e-government strategy, governance strategy, universal access strategy, and other strategies. And about horizontal dimensions, we have Burundian legal and regulatory framework for IT law, and it is in the process of being approved. The next is the national infrastructure in the national infrastructure, we have national backbone based on our fiber optic technologies, and we'll be having a town metropolitan network and public-private networks, FTTX, procurement of IRU bandwidth, and electricity services. For the third point, we are looking at on how all government institutions to have ICT equipment. Now, like ministries and some government institutions, they are having ICT equipment, computers and accessories, estimated at maybe 15%. And we believe in the near future, we'll be having maybe 80%. And we are on the way also of deploying various applications for e-government. And the point 5 is IXP, 6, the content for e-government, IT standards, and the last one on point 8 is human capacity building and development. That is the general picture of how Burundi will be in the near future. Then this is the national backbone. In green is the first phase. The second phase is in red, and the last phase is in black color. And since last Sunday, 1st September, the phase 1 in green is up and running. It is operational. We have even from last Sunday started its commercialization. That is the good news. And we are expecting in 4 to 6 months to complete the second phase of deploying fiber optic. And at next year in March, the entire country will be having fiber optic up to provinces. And the current status up to next Sunday, all internet service providers were buying internet capacity out of Burundi. But now, as you can see, maybe what I can say for the national backbone of Burundi, it is a public partnership. It is a public-private partnership, where for the national backbone based on fiber optic, the government of Burundi is going to pay 60%, and 40% will be paid by private institutions. This shows that all ISPs in Burundi, instead of buying the capacity abroad, they will buy the capacity within the country in BBS, Burundi Backbone System. And we are in the process of implementing IXP in Burundi, as I said, thanks to ISOC, African Union, and the government of Burundi. And we believe in November it will be operational. We are remaining with the only 2 signatures in order the association to be approved as a legal entity in Burundi under the Ministry of Internal Affairs. And potential partners of Burundi's partners, I mean clients, are service providers, internet service providers, email service providers, government content, online media, banks, traffic, and web hosting, etc. And as the subject is to see how to reduce the costs of internet. In Burundi, you understand, before last Sunday, the capacity was bought from outside. It means, in other words, for example, if I am from one ISP and I want to send an email to another person in a different ISP, the email has to travel at least 100,000 kilometers. But thanks to the national backbone, we have reduced that distance to 1,250 kilometers. That is one way on reducing the cost. Second, all local ISPs will be interconnected on the IXP. That is another factor to reduce the costs. And all national data centers for e-government application will be hosted in Burundi, local crowding computers. And now we are encouraging public and private institutions to use country code top level domain, also in order to facilitate the IXP operations. And after registration of Burundi X, we will be looking on how to make partnership with global companies like Google, YouTube, and others. Now, the Burundi X will be a no-profit association. It will be based at National University of Burundi for neutrality and independency. And now we have already elected the executive committee, which is formed by 6 members, the president, who is just in front of you, and the deputy president, and the secretary and deputy treasurer deputy, in total 6. And maybe just as information, the estimated current internet capacity for all Burundian mobile operators and ISPs is between 3 and 4 STM1S. So it is between 450 megabit per second and 600 megabit per second. But as you understand, we are in the process of putting in place a strong infrastructure based on fiber optic. This will change soon thanks to BBS. And if I can repeat, phase 1 is completed, and now we are trying to complete phase 2 and phase 3. But phase 2 has been completed at least at 45%. And Burundi X will be open peering policy. Approval of Burundi as recognized non-profit association in the country before the end of October, or maybe in November also, as I said. And what are the current potential members of Burundi X? We have 2 categories, individuals and corporation. Now we are having 15 individuals working in ISP and other institutions. Those are the individual members of Burundi X Association. And the corporate, we are having all 10 ISPs which are registered in Burundi. 9 ISPs I can consider as retailers, and BBS wholesaler. Now all these 9 will buy the capacity from BBS. And we have also Burundi Central Bank, which has shown an interest to become the member. We have National University of Burundi as a hosting institution of IXP. We have Regideso, which is a company for water and electricity. We have also Ministry of Higher Learning and Scientific Research, and we have the regulator also. Then Burundi X Mission is setting up local IXP in Burundi and other related infrastructures for the benefit of all actors in Burundi, hosting IXP services, sharing knowledge and experience, and promoting research and development. Burundi X policy will be based on 4: interconnection policy, quality of service policy, data collection policy, and data access policy. Then now, I want to share with you Burundi X challenges. is the budget for one permanent employee of BurundiX at the beginning, OPEX and CAPEX, lack of financial support from the government, like for example in Rwanda, they are supported, I think, by the regulator at the beginning for some years. And we are looking at how to negotiate with the regulator in order to support us at the beginning. And another thing, are ISPs really ready to connect and pay for it? That is another point. We have to see how we can approach them in order to come and join effectively. Developing new services for income generation and joining other IXP communities. As conclusion, by working with our corporate and government partners, we will be able to reduce the cost by bringing internet access to affordable housing properties, and low-income residents in Burundi will benefit the advantages of BurundiX. And second, invitation to everyone to support this initiative and to work with us for better implementation. Third, BurundiX's role is to bringing together public and private sectors by developing national and regional interconnection for the benefits of IXP. And the last one, promoting ICT as a driver of socio-economic development by increasing accessibility and the quality of internet services for local and regional communities. Thank you very much for your kind attention. Merci beaucoup. And below are my contacts. Thank you very much.